Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Casey. Ecoflow just released another brand new product today. This is the Ecoflow Delta 2 Max. It looks very similar to the previous model, the Delta Max, but I thought I'd make a quick little video for you guys to tell you about the three things that the Delta 2 Max now has that the Delta Max, the previous version, doesn't have.
Okay, guys, I have both the new Delta 2 Max and the Delta 2000 watt Max sitting next to each other. Now, they're pretty much identical in form and size, and just comparison, we have the regular Delta 2 sitting next to them, so you can kind of get an idea in size. Now, both of these are 2,000 watt hours of capacity, about 2,000 watt hours of capacity, where the Delta 2 regular is 1,000 watt hours. Now, the big update for the Delta 2 Max is not the capacity or the size and weight, because they're very close, but actually the battery composition. So the previous model, the Delta 2000 watt Max, uses an NCM battery, which has around 800 charge cycles to 80%, where the new Delta 2 series, all the Delta 2 series, so whether you're getting the regular one or the Max, uses LFP batteries. And why this is important is because you can charge this around 3,000 times and still have up to 80 or over around 80% capacity. So you don't have to worry about charging it and discharging it and charging it and discharging it so much, because if you think about that, 3,000 charge cycles, you can charge this and deplete it almost once per day for 10 years straight, as opposed to 800 charge cycles on the previous Delta 1 models. So that's a big upgrade, and this is what Ecoflow is using in all of their new Delta 2 or River 2 series batteries. So that's the first big change that I've noticed with this. The second big change to the Delta 2 is not so much in just how much power it can deliver. It can still continuously put out 2,400 watts of 110 AC power through its inverter. It can X boost up to 3,400 watts, very similar to what the Delta Max original version could do, but you may see the big difference on the back here. So previously, we had what Ecoflow called dual charging. We could charge this off the wall with a regular 3-prong plug, or we can charge this with direct current off the XT60 connector, anywhere from 12 to 60 volts. So depending on if you're charging off your vehicle or a 30 watt or 60 watt solar panel. But now, let me unplug this from the back. Now we have a second XT60 connector, which is awesome. So we can still charge off of 110, which is going to give us very, very quick charge rates, because this can pull down over 2,000 watts of charging and charge very, very quickly. If you think about that, 2,000 watt hour battery charging at 2,000 watts, you can charge it in about an hour. But why these two connectors are a great little upgrade is two reasons. Well, one, you can now have this plugged into your 12 volt charging system, or maybe you have a 24 volt charging system that's going to charge faster. And then you can have a second connection permanently connected to this to, say, solar panels. Let's say you have on your rooftop tent or your trailer or whatever vehicle you have out there, you can have solar panels permanently connected to charge, and then you could have this wired into your vehicle to charge. And these have a 15 amp max per port. So this is great because you don't have to be swapping cables if you want to add solar panels while you have this in your vehicle and have it charging. Or you could actually connect up two sets of solar panels to this and charge twice as fast, which is pretty awesome. So if you had this permanently mounted and you didn't have vehicle power or a 12 volt power source to be charging this off of, you could have this wired up to twice as many solar panels, and I think up to 1,000 watts of solar panel charging is what Ecoflow rates this at. So the other thing you could do with this, you could wire this into two different 12 volt sources in your vehicle, and so rather than being limited charging slowly with just one, you could connect two and now charge twice as quickly. or like I have this connected to my Glacier power adapter so that I can plug this into 110. I've got this plugged into 110 here, and I can charge off of my vehicle because my vehicle's inverter is a modified sine wave inverter, which won't charge any of the new portable power systems that use the LFP batteries, whether it's Ecoflow or anybody else. But with this, because it's converting it, I can now plug this into one of the XT60 connectors here, and I can have this charging off my inverter in my vehicle, and then I can wire solar panels into it as well and have it charging while it's stationary and just sitting at camp. So that's the second cool upgrade. And the third thing that I think is a great upgrade on the new Ecoflow Delta 2 Max is its app connectivity. So in the previous model, we only had Wi-Fi connectivity, and reconnecting wasn't such a smooth experience, especially after seeing how the app works with some of the other new models like the Delta 2 and the River 2. So now the Delta 2 Max also includes Bluetooth pairing with it as well. So the app is going to connect up quicker, smoother, and a lot faster. Here, let me show you just what the app looks like, because I really, really like having this, because you can kind of set this up somewhere in your vehicle, and now you don't have to worry so much about getting access to the buttons, whether you want to turn on the USB ports or whether you want to flip on the inverter, because you don't want to leave the inverter on all the time because it will passively draw power off of the battery. So what's great about the app is it gives you some great information about just how much capacity and time you have left with your battery, how much juice is left in it. It's going to show us the charging rates, and now we have these two that show solar. These will switch to car charging if they see a 12-volt source instead of a higher voltage coming off a solar panel, and we can see how fast this is charging off of the 110 wall. And then if we want to go to output, we can see how much or what is plugged in, how much is drawing off any of the USB ports, and we can turn them on or off. Same with the 12-volt DC, which is usually what I use to run my fridge. And then if we need to power something big up, we can turn on the inverter here and flip that on and off as. So they've really done a great job with their app, and you can also go in here, change the name, turn the beeps off. They have this set up so that you can use this as a uninterruptible power source for your house, charge it up to 80% to try to have more battery life rather than charging it to 100% all the time, which is harder on the batteries. You can change the car inputs here, which are also the XT60 connectors on the back. So the other thing that's neat is if you have Ecoflow's smart generator, you can pair this up with the Delta 2 Max. And if you have smaller loads that you don't want your generator to kick on, they'll talk to each other, and then you can run your loads off of the battery. And then when the battery gets low, the generator will kick on, top off the battery, turn off again, and you can run all of your services or devices off of battery power, which is really cool because then you're not running the generator all the time. So if you want to get the most recent pricing, because it does change depending on when you are looking at one of these, Ecoflow does have launch sales, as well as I have a discount code that I'll put down in the description below next to the link to this if you want to go check it out and see the current pricing for it. They have deals, bundles. If you want to get solar panels, you can add up to 2 expansion batteries to this. You can power your Ecoflow Wave portable air conditioner and heater off of it as well. If you want to see that video, go check it out. I'll put it up in the corner. But yeah, there's some links down in the description below and coupon codes for you guys if you want to pick up a new Ecoflow Delta Max for yourself. And let me know what you think. And hopefully this was helpful, helping you guys figure out which new portable power system you want to get. See you guys in the next video.